Sachin Singh Nihan, and today we're going to learn about Android activity configuration changes without view model. Configuration change in Android, like screen rotation, causes activities to be destroyed and recreated by default without proper handling. This leads to data loss. So how configuration changes work? So when we rotate our device or trigger another configuration change, Android calls on pause, on stop, on destroy on our activity, and the activity is destroyed completely. A new activity instance is created, and Android calls on create, on start, and on resume on the new instance of an activity. So all the member variables and UI state are reset to default, which results in data loss. So we can see this by an example. So I have created an activity and overwritten all the activity lifecycle methods. Now we see on configuration change like screen rotation, which methods getting executed. So I have added log to different methods, and when we rotate it, we'll see which methods are getting executed. So when we rotate, as you can see, on pause, on stop, on destroy, methods are getting executed and activity getting destroyed, and on rotation, a new instance of activity getting created, and the on create, on start, and on resume method of an activity are getting called. So now we see the traditional state preservation approach. So on save instance state, call before destruction, saves the data to a bundle. On create, restores data from bundle and not null. On restore instance state, alternative restoration point. So by overriding the on save instance state, we can store the value we need to preserve inside the bundle, and we can retrieve those value from the bundle variable, which passes a parameter in on create method. By using that, we can retrieve value and we can retrieve the state. And alternatively, we can override on restore instance state method and retrieve value from the bundle and retrieve the state. So we can see this by example. So I have created a main activity and it have a layout. So we add the layout. So I have added the views, like I have added the text view, which contains the counter variable, which get incremented on click of a increment count button. I have added edit text to demonstrate how it automatically preserving the state on screen rotation, and another button is there which on click of which the background color get updated. So we write logic for it so that we can see on screen rotation how values are getting reset. So this is the activity. Now we'll declare the views which we have added into the XML layout. So I defined the views and used find view by ID to reference from, and by using this variable we are able to perform certain click operation on the button. And I have also created two methods and which increment the counter and assign particular counter variable to particular text view. I have added another method, update background color. So this method is responsible for updating the background color depending on condition, if is red background color value is true or false. So now I've added the logic. Click on increment button, the counter value is getting incremented and updated value is getting set to the text view. Similarly, on clicking on color toggle button, the value of is red background variable is getting updated, and depending on that condition, the background color of an activity is getting set. So we try to run the app and check whether it's working or not, and we try to check whether value is getting incremented. Yes, it's getting incremented, and we check whether background color is updating or not. Yes, it's getting updated. So now our logic is working fine. Now we try to override the onSaveInstanceState method to preserve the state. Before that, we'll check again after rotation whether value is getting preserved or not. So we have rotated the screen and we can check that the value of the counter is getting reset. Similarly, the value of the background is getting reset. So to retain the state, we need, as we discussed, we need to override the onSaveInstanceState method so that we can store the updated value inside the bundle and retrieve it later. So now I have overridden onSaveInstanceState method, which takes bundle as a parameter, and with the help of this parameter outState, we are able to put or add values to the bundle by using key. As you can see, with the help of these key values, and we are adding values to the bundle. So we are adding the updated variable value to the bundle. So now we want to retrieve this value inside our onCreate so that we are able to retrieve the state on configuration change like screen rotation. We are getting the bundle variable SaveInstanceState as a parameter inside onCreate. So by using this bundle variable, we can retrieve the saved values from the bundle. So before that, we need to check whether value is not null, and after that, by using that SaveInstance variable, we can retrieve a value using the key. So as you can see here, we are retrieving this value and assigning the values to the variables which we defined here. So we are assigning values to counter and isRed background. We are again calling the methods. So these updated values are assigned to the text, and similarly, depending on this updated value, the background is being updated. So now we have applied the logic to retain the state with the help of onSaveInstanceState and retrieving the bundle value inside the onCreate method. Now we'll run the app again and check whether we are able to retain the state on configuration change or not. So now we have run the app. Now we'll increment the value and update the background color, and now rotate our screen and check whether we are able to retain it. Yes, so now you can see the counter update value has been retained and the background color is being retained. So we have used the bundle to retain the values. So there is another way. If you don't want to retain the value inside the onCreate, we can override the onRestoreInstanceState method. So I'll show you that. As you can see, I have overridden onRestoreInstanceState method, which take saved instance state of type. So now with the help of this bundle variable, we can retrieve the values which we have stored inside onSaveInstanceState. So this bundle is same which we have used inside onSaveInstanceState, in which we have stored the values of counter and isRed background using keys. So this contains the values which we have stored. Now we'll retrieve those values and with the help of keys and assign those values to the counter and isBackground variable. And again, after that, we have the updated value taken from the bundle, and we call these methods which assign the particular updated value to the text and update the background depending on the condition. So we have applied the particular logic with the help of onRestoreInstance. So we will check state has been retained or not. So we'll try to run the app again. So now app has been run, and I also add the log. Now I'll update the counter value and update the background of activity, and I'll change the configuration, rotate the screen, and we'll check how methods been executed and whether state has been retained or not. This state is been retained, and we can check in the log in which sequence the method's been executed. So as you can see, when we rotate the activity or screen, the onSaveInstance method is getting called before the activity is being killed and state is saved into the bundle. And after that, when the new instance of an activity is getting created, the onCreate method is called, where activity is being initialized with the help of setContentView method. And after that, this RestoreInstanceState method is getting executed after onCreate, where the activity is being restored and state is being retrieved from the bundle, where values is being stored using onSaveInstanceState method. So by this, we have checked how we can retrieve the state on or screen rotation of our app with the help of onSaveInstanceState method and retrieving the values those from bundle inside onCreate or onRestoreInstanceState method. Thank you.